EWC for Fatal Fury has been decided. We get a full glimpse of all the trailers from EVO that we missed last week, and we're gonna get a rundown of what Robo-Ky is like in Guilty Gear Strive. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Double Tap, fighting game podcast dedicated to the FGC. We're here at Double Tap episode number 437, not EVO 37, EVO moment 37, but 437. I am, by the way, my name is StaticGorilla. I'm here with Mezza. Hello, Mezza.
Hello, sir. I feel like we've been talking all day.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been a long day here, full of meetings galore. But here we are, not playing Invincible Versus, but with our Invincible versus gear from EVO and all of the above. You can't find your stress reliever. That's okay. But we've got a couple of things to get to, just maybe some leftovers that we missed over here back at EVO. Specifically, actually, GameSpot has got us covered. However, I feel like I'm missing anything. Am I missing anything here in the intro of the show? Oh, that's right. Dre is not here this week. He's pretty busy. I feel like he would be the one to find out if we missed anything. But besides that point, we have a few things to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got kind of like caught up last week in EVO talk, so it's kind of it just happens. Like, we got to test a lot of the stuff, right, but we didn't really get to talk about the actual trailers and whatnot that did pass.
Yeah, because every time EVO's done, we just get home and we're like, oh, we could have tried this and we could have played that and we could have seen this. So GameSpot recently actually had a bunch of the trailers, just like a montage of the trailers that were out. So like, if you'd missed anything, go give their YouTube channel a look, or just look up GameSpot EVO 2026 trailers, like the best EVO 2026 trailers. I don't know why they titled it as the best, but I mean, it's basically the only trailers. If you want more of an in-depth look at some of the trailers, like for instance, Avatar had a more in-depth panel, definitely go check out the EVO FGC channel. I'm sorry, I think it's called EVO Events YouTube channel, and they have a lot more there. So for instance, some of the stuff that GameSpot was covering was the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Of course, that is a big deal with the Blade Loki Deadpool reveal trailer. It's the Samurai Outriders. What's it called?
Yeah.
Is it Outriders?
Yeah.
Do I have it right?
You're not wrong. No, you're not
I'm
wrong.
not guessing, right?
You're not
okay.
wrong.
You're not wrong. Just didn't want to guess.
Because we were supposed to be the Midnight Sun, and then they're like, no, this is right, Outriders. And it is a brand new, fresh team. Okay. It has never been in a comic book, so this is alternatively just something new, which means they can do that.
I peeled that from the depths of my brain. And then so this is what happened. So what happened is there's so much that was happening that weekend that last week when we were talking about Virtual Fighter, Crashtag actually mentioned that he really liked the Bakanawa trailer from Virtual Fighter. So yeah, that was something that I had not seen. So this is again a good example of videos that you may not have seen from EVO. The Bob trailer, I didn't even see that during the event. There's the 2X kit. What's that?
I was gonna say, I think it was more like we were either playing when some of these trailers popped up, or we were just getting back to the Airbnb and like trying to rest. So
Tekken 1 I know happened before Tekken started, and I was in the venue doing just random things, maybe playing Marvel, I don't remember. But no, because 2XKO went on for 4 hours early on. You guys were probably just in the Airbnb watching and chilling.
We actually got into Tekken late because I think we started everything up. Some people left. We started up stuff around when we watched some 2XKO. Yeah. And then I think we didn't catch the Bob trailer, which was weird. Maybe I didn't, but we had it on the projector. I think we just missed it because we were jumping around because there's it felt like there was still the bigger, it was like you still had Invincible Versus, you still had City of Wolves on the side screen. You had all these other games still on 2 different streams, so it was kind of hard to kind of keep up with everything.
So funnily enough, this GameSpot video actually has the trailers sort of go back in a backwards order. A lot of these were already sort of it's sort of like revealed from Sunday to Saturday on these trailers, actually even Friday, because the Avatar Legends one, it shows the pre-order trailer, but it doesn't show who is available to get 1 year, or the voting in characters, so to speak, which I believe were, I don't know the characters' names off the top of my head, but one is Future Aang, and another character from Korra, the Bloodbender guy, King Boomy, and the other main character from Korra, which I didn't watch, so I'm so sorry. However, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say it was there. I think they already got the vote for who they wanted in, but even before that, we actually got they showed the 5 characters. Yeah. Well, the 4 characters before the character pass.
Did I say old Avatar? Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's King Boomy, Asami, Tenzin, who is actually I think Aang's son. If I'm not, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Kuvira, and then Amon.
Yeah, those are the characters that we're choosing from. I think the votes were heavily in. So a lot of I was watching kind of as it played out. A lot of the votes are heavily swayed towards Amon and the girlfriend of Korra. We don't talk about her because she's whack. But it was cool because I asked for Ty Lee. We got Ty Lee. We did get Top's daughter. So. That's cool. We also got Bolin, and we also got, grandfather Ira. Yeah, not gonna call him anything else. It's just grandfather. It's grandfather Ira. Basically, he wasn't his uncle. He was like his dad. He should have been Dad Iro, basically. But
even though the voice actor is good, I do miss Mako as his voice actor.
Yeah,
Mako is the GOAT. Mako was also Master Splinter. And he was also Haku in Samurai Jack. Yeah, so dope characters. We also got in that Evo. So something else that was missing from that trailer was the Fatal Fury, and then it wasn't immediately. They had a Kenshiro trailer, which was you can go ahead and check it out on SNK as well. But at the same time, they revealed Art of Fighting. Was it Art of Fighting 3 is getting a remaster, but also adding 2 new characters, which was King and Yuri? How? I don't know, but sure. Okay, update an old game. All right, whatever.
I mean, that seems to be a on-running theme is updating older games. Yeah. Particularly like BlazBlue's Central Fiction got an update where they're getting... Trinity, not Trinity of the Platinum, but Trinity. So it's weird, but I think it's healthy, right? Because they did get that reboot for Central Fiction. Yeah. But even Undernight is getting a new character in the summer, late in the summer probably, which is Zohar. She seems pretty cool. Maybe possibly a puppet character a little bit too at the same time. So kind of interesting. But I mean, even Grand Blue, what you see me be playing a lot, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus actually just got their newest character, which their newest character is
Id?
Why did I just forget his name? Yeah, Id. Id's actually from, and this is kind of to play on the I guess action MMO that they have, which is or action RPG. Sure, I don't know what they want to call it, but it's from that specific game, which is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So he is if not the main character next to your character, which is Grand or Jita, either or, because flippable like the original series. So it's actually really cool. He has transformation, stuff like that. So I think they were doing services to a lot of the games, which I think is cool. But even Rivals of Aether got themselves another character, which the name is, sorry, I'm gonna try to say it right. Gooey, the Lost Mirling. I mean, I'll be honest. This is for somebody. This is for the Rivals of Aether community.
Right? Somebody's popping off. Like, yes.
Looks funny though. I think it's a platypus. Because they obviously, if you guys don't know, Rivals of Aether, platform fighting game, they base a lot of their characters off of animals. So, or insects, or anything in the wild. And it's a platypus. It's a slime platypus. Yeah, it's a slime platypus. So you can see its bones and everything, which is kind of cool.
It's like Reuniclus. That's a Pokemon.
Actually. Okay. As a platypus, though.
Yeah. I'll be honest. The entire Evo weekend, I don't think I watched any Rivals. But prior to that, I think the only time I watched Rivals or played Rivals was prior to it looking this good. I only played the pixelized one, so go ahead.
It's funny. Nobody even expected this. This actually might get a bigger audience to come out and play the game. Even I'm kind of willing to maybe try it out a little bit more because I played ROA. I didn't play ROA 2. I like watch it a lot. But they're adding Mina the Howler. So if you guys remember the state, I think it was the summer games, right?
Summer Game Fest,
right? Yeah, thank you. Summer Game Fest. Mina was actually introduced. It was for the Switch, PC. I believe it's on other consoles too. But that was a highly revered game, and I think they came out with a Mina too. So that game actually, they brought it over. That's their guest character. So I think that's pretty cool that they're touching base with more indie companies, and they're trying to bring the best out of it.
I'm with it. Well, what about Invincible? Those two characters weren't they already talked about like Friday?
Oh, we knew about them way before that.
Right. So I don't know. GameSpot was just putting in just like a multitude of videos, but it still covers most of what we were looking for.
They did do an update, and it was like 2 small minor updates plus Universa and Immortal. But the biggest thing was they gave us costumes, and the costumes aren't too expensive. I think they're like $5 each.
Okay.
But for me, I like it because I got to get Universa's costume, and I'm probably gonna end up getting Thula's costume because depends if I'm still playing it.
Yeah, somebody.
But a lot of characters got it.
I was in a Zoom call today at work, and I showed them the Invincible Versus thing, and somebody was like, "Oh, I just bought that game for my son." I'm like,
"What? How old is your son? Oh, he's 7.
Yeah,
okay,
right, I don't know.
You're bugging."
I was like, but that's fine. No, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. I mean, hey, the Invincible stuff. I've kind of let that go.
Yeah,
not that it's not my game. I'm sure I can watch it when Mezza's playing, but
I think the biggest hype game that I would say it's one of them that got the biggest revering cheer probably has to still be 2XKO. Just Tuco kind of caught the bug, man. They did it at the right timing. They pulled out all the stops, and they brought Lux and they brought Samira. We didn't obviously get to see gameplay for Samira, but Lux looks very Luxy. Looks very good. She does, dude. She's so Lux. It's crazy.
Well,
I don't like her face though.
Okay.
It looks a little.
I have never, by the way, not well familiarized with any League of Legends. However, what I do that's the trailer is coming in the fall. Yikes. Unless it says full trailer and then I don't know if it says full trailer then she shows up in the fall, whatever it showed up at the end there. But maybe we're getting a full trailer in the fall. However, my thing is I do like that they are leaning away from just having trailers to show the week of, and they're like, hey, we have an announcement and let's put it out there. Rather than, I didn't like how they were doing that. So it's like, don't expect anything from us. Sort of like what Capcom did that whole weekend.
I think I would have liked to have seen them put out a better timeline.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we're getting a ton of characters. But if this is the case, that they can pump out characters, and I've talked to them before during one of their panels, they said they're getting better at pumping out characters. They're getting better at doing the system changes. So to me, I think we should go from the 4 to 5 characters a year to maybe 10 characters or 7 or 8 characters, so that we're filling these gaps. Because, I mean, look at City of Wolves. City of Wolves definitely pushed out a ton of characters. It felt like every week there was a new character. So I think the best thing they can do right now is just stay on this grind with pumping out characters, refix team fight. Don't add any more fuses if you're going to kill them. I'm just being honest. If you're going to kill off a fuse before you even get started, just don't add it. I think they definitely need to add another maybe mechanic, more defensive mechanic, but I'm not sure what they could add that would balance or make the game more enjoyable. But I think they're in a step in the right direction, and I think right now we're at a point where we just need more characters.
Maybe, or at least I don't know. I just didn't like that they released Thresh at that time frame. It's stuff. A lot can be said with learning a matchup that soon. And again, granted, I could have learned Thresh in that time frame, maybe or maybe not. But I was also trying to learn Senna and see what she was about, but it just wasn't coming. And then I just didn't want to play. I didn't want to focus on that game. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't enter as CEO, which I did register for yesterday. So 2XKO will be spectator mode for me, huh?
You have Tokon.
Yeah, I entered Tokon and Avatar just in case if I enjoy those games, which we will get to very shortly. But Tokon definitely had that trailer. I think that was the most hyped, especially. And by the way, KOF 15 had an update there as well. They just dropped their patch recently. So yeah, those are basically the news updates from Evo. We just sort of just wanted to cover our tracks there and eat some leftovers that we had left hanging around in the fridge before it got bad. So let us know what your sort of most exciting content drop sort of showed up at Evo, if that makes any sense. And before that, I think we're going to get into, did you have anything else you wanted to add about Evo trailers and things?
No, I think that pretty much covers it before we go to a break. So
yeah, we're about to hit up our commercial break for just a moment. Please stick around. We'll be right back with some more trailers and or just experiences with new characters we've picked up. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, welcome back to Double Tap. Glad you are sticking around with us. So Mezza, what should we jump into next? Because I totally forgot to ask you that in between our break.
I think the next best thing that we can jump into, because what's hotter than hot, I think right now, is Doom. Doom is just for Tokon, that character guide.
Yeah,
popped.
That literally just came out, right?
Yeah. So so they've been dropping a lot of character guides.
Yes.
And people have been loving Iron Man. They like the Captain America one, whatever. Doom came out, poppin' theme song. Yeah. His moveset's always, we kind of always seen a lot of Doom stuff, but watching it more in a character breakdown, you kind of get a better sense of what moves might be used for or what the normals were like. And I love that they did this presentation for the character guide that makes you kind of feel like the characters are personalized for you. So you can figure out who you like more, and it helps. It truly does. And I'm glad that when they did it, they broke it down doing, they did that style where it's like, hey, this specific move is for this. But they also showed you using the skill button and also using commands. And there is a discrepancy, which I will never like. If you're allowed to do skills like Grand Blue did, where it's like forward, back, down, and then you can do quarter circles and everything like that. I don't think there should be a damage buff for anyone doing classic style commands. I think it should be just the same across the board.
Yeah.
It should be personalized to what you want. Huh?
Grand Blue does that, right?
No, they actually did a damage buff to people doing classic stuff. Well, oh no, sorry. It wasn't a damage buff. It was a speed buff to recovering their cooldown. But I mean, it's kind of like slightly not important anymore, so you just do classic commands, or if you're trying to do a quick DP. But I do like that they covered all the bases on that aspect. Doom looks really, really good. If you weren't convinced before with his shield, with his command grab, oh my god, you could do so much.
Yeah, and it looks to me as though these trailers are coming out every 7 days or so until the game comes out. So we got the Iron Man one 6 days ago, the Captain America one 2 weeks ago, and then I think the same time we also got the Jersey girl, what's her name, Miss Marvel, prior to that. But anyway, go on. The Iron Man one was cool though, and I think they were showing some more things that were added. But what's so good about this Doom guy? Besides, I didn't even recognize his music until just when I watched the guide. By the way,
I gotta be honest. This is the first time we're seeing Doom really just be different, right? We're used to foot dive, we're used to butter gun, we're used to finger lasers. That's kind of all gone. We don't even have rocks, which I'm a little sad about that. Getting rid of rocks is like weird, but he has a command grab. He has good movement. He has flight.
Yeah.
No 8-way directional dash, so that's gone. But we also got to see their assist, which I do like that, because this is a big thing. Everybody's like, oh, what are they going to do? How are we going to be able to tell their assist if we don't see it in the character guide? And I love that they took a note from whatever 2XK was doing, and they were like, show the assist. We are going to be the judges whether it's trash or it's good. His moveset from like Mystic Cage to, other stuff, I think they just planned it out right, and he looks like he's fun. I don't know about you, but Marvel 3 Ultimate, I was just gonna say UMVC 3's version of Doom was kind of like iconic. It was kind of like super badass, but it was like foot dive, right?
Well, I mean, he was on every team, and if you weren't already using him, he kind of were struggling. Like, he had the best assists from vanilla over to the next game. He wasn't necessarily the best character in the game, but he was, again, he had really good assists. And my theory is that most characters that have really good assists were typically kind of harder to use, such as Dante and Doctor Doom definitely are two of the best characters two of the characters with the best assists and harder to use. Now foot dive definitely easier, and in the corner, as we have all seen and heard. Even Deadpool in this game has it, but this is a totally different playstyle, and I don't know what kind of playstyle this brings, because again, you did mention that he doesn't have an 8-way dash. He does have, his dash is a teleport, so like if you're sort of equivalent to Bison in Street Fighter 5 and Slayer in all games he's in. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the anime play style of, Dragon Ball that's kind of intimidating me about this game. Is like, because I see so much combo potential that can happen with just the barrier. That's the flex shield he has, and then there were some other qualities in this trailer that showed a lot. But anyway, I'm on the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls YouTube channel now, just watching it. But it looks like even GameStop and other channels have taken it and are showing it. So this game is getting everywhere, man. Maybe I won't get a hard copy. No,
I thought there was going to be no hard copy.
Let's not open that can of worms.
Oh wait, we got to get that. We got to get the hard copies. So, that's the only thing.
No, I think that's definitely a conversation that I think the hard copy PlayStation conversation, we definitely want all three of us on here. But again, that's beyond the conversation. But what was your favorite part of this trailer? Let me know.
Oh, dude, I think it's two things. Diplomacy, which is his command grab.
Yes.
The sickest thing ever. I don't know. I mean, Doom with a command grab. Well, I don't even know if it's technically command. No, if I recall, it is a hit grab. So you do have to connect. But it's definitely the ending when he does his super. It is just so, it's gonna be an iconic thing. I can see everybody in the game, like everybody in the crowd, just being like, they're like watching it, and then out of nowhere, somebody just hits the perfect super, his symbol super, and he gets all his team together, and it just says "Hail Doom." To me, that's kind of like, that's the sell. That's the sell. Right? But that's also the Invincible Versus, where you have "just fucking die," right? You have all these iconic lines, and now you have Tokon's iconic. Like, I don't even think you cannot have somebody play Doom and try to win off of doing that as simple, or just hitting somebody with it, just being like, everybody's just like, "Oh hell, dude!" Like, I could see it. It's gonna happen. It has to happen. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be the first one to start it. Hopefully, I'm not in the crowd.
Yeah, you got to make these things a meme. That's the thing. Like, you can't just like, it has to become a meme, because well, if it doesn't, then it's not going to get that sort of traction. However, you're talking about the command grab. Did you see the OD command grab? Why am I using Street Fighter 6?
Yes.
Did you see the?
I mean, sure, it is. That's what it is. Pretty much, it's an OD grab.
So the heavy version teleports, allowing you to approach while evading attacks. Landing this move twice within the same combo will trigger the combo limit, by the way. H version of the skill costs 25% gauge. But again, it teleports behind him. It's like a Mortal Kombat, Scorpion type of teleport into it. So that's pretty hype. I'm looking forward to it. Again, I don't really remember how much I was doing with Doom in the past, but I'm more looking towards the combos that they show near the end of the trailers. That's just me, because maybe I'm a combo junkie. I don't know. Yeah,
I like saucy.
I like a la sauce.
And they didn't drop combos, so thank you for not putting dropped combos like some games in the past.
Or
DNF Duel.
Oh wow, that's actually funny. I do remember the people complaining about that trailer.
It was bad. But I will say one beautiful thing that they did, which is also kind of controversial, is, as people may know, and it's just a little tidbit, this game is like region locked from a lot of regions.
What was that?
But wait, here's the best part. They showcased the voice actors of the character: English, Japanese, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, Latin American Spanish, Korean, Mandarin. What are we doing? Why are we region locking this game? Or at least like just not allowing people to buy it in the region? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so my thing, you remember what I said when I first watched the trailer earlier, or just watched the entire thing? I immediately said, well, I think that's the best character in the game, but I can't really know that. Like, this could potentially be the worst character in the game for all I know. Like, we don't know how this meta might change. Right.
We didn't think Doom was good before, so like I'm not going with that sentiment.
We also didn't know how to move. We didn't know how to move in that game either. We didn't know how to dash, jump dash, triangle dash.
We didn't know that the hitboxes were spheres.
Right.
I don't think we're ever getting that again, guys. Never getting that again. For those who don't know what hitboxes are, they're just when your character attacks, they usually have a square box. That's the radius of which they can hit people in. They thought, well, radius means sphere. So they went with spheres in UMVC 3, Ultimate Reverse Capcom 3. Don't know why. But
there's a lot of orbs in that game.
It made a lot of cool situational things happen. But this game doesn't seem like that. It seems like they're going with the standard, and they're going to do that way.
One thing I wanted to touch on, this will be the last thing, is the I think his level 3, despite it being a level 3, it also enhances future moves that he's able to use. So for instance, if you go to his video, or the part of his video that talks about the ultimate skill, Latverian Legion, it says summons a magic circles that restrains the opponent, then launches an attack with Doombox. At close range, the attack changes and deals more damage. At far range, the attack takes longer to come out, but will track the opponent's position. After use, Nullify Shield receives a power-up for the rest of the round. So just the round, not even the match. So like, if maybe your level 3 can, pick up the entire, let's say you're, I don't know, whatever it is.
Well, I know what you're saying, because like,
it's weird.
Remember the meter carries over. So if round start, you get a clean hit, go straight into like combo level 3. Yeah, you're gonna probably start shelling out damage. That's really good for closing out a round, for sure. Especially if you're in that last round, your match point. I think that definitely plays a role. But yeah, I mean, we've seen
those full screen instead.
Sorry, I think this character has a lot of potential. We've seen him dash through projectiles. There's gonna be a lot of projectiles in this game, so I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. Plus, his assists were really good. He had the beam, he had his forward beam, his angled beam, and then he had the what would be pseudo missiles now, which is his beam, his overhead tracking beam, which that's very very
the hammer of dawn
like this. Yeah. Plus, I know you were in the chat with me. I asked Cloud 805. I said, "Hey, if I tag into him while his beam's out, does it go away?" Nope, doesn't go away. So scary character, can get his own mix. Yes. If he does not point, he can get off of his own mix off of just as an assist.
Yes. All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to the game, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking forward to getting beat up. But the game is beautiful. The music is great. I just hope that the gameplay can keep me glued into this game, man. I don't know. I just hope it's not I hope it's not like a 60-second, match type of game.
I feel like there's gonna be 120-second match type of game.
I feel like there's gonna be so many time overs, man. Like, we're not gonna see like touch of deaths until like, I don't know, Frosty Faustings or something.
No, I think we'll see it sooner. I think the game's getting pretty fleshed out little bit by little bit. People are studying it. I don't think anybody's getting TOD'd the way they designed the game, but it does feel a little similar to Skullgirls. So I'm kind of curious if we're going to see, based off of what buttons you are pressing in certain orders. So if you're doing like light, medium, heavy, and you're not repeating light, medium, heavy, maybe you're going medium, heavy, you might see that the moveset might extend the damage. But the damage is pretty high in the game. Damage is pretty high. So,
all right. So that's Marvel Tokon. Of course, there is a beta coming out later this month, open beta. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. And the game comes out August 6th, right around my co-host's birthday.
It's on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. All right.
It's on my birthday.
So next we have Mezza, what are we talking about next? I don't know. You decide.
I feel like Avatar was the talk of the weekend. Avatar was definitely the talk of the weekend. Character, the game, I mean, personally, there's not much to be said. I hate saying it because they didn't put Kyoshi in it. So we obviously still have more characters to come. But with the game being pushed back and running this beta, I feel like if they would have put Kyoshi in the game, it would have just been, okay, just release the game. So ultimately, Azula was the talk of the town. She was getting played left and right. I mean, if you guys want a really good reference, go watch the Diaphone video. He breaks down the character from limb to limb like it's already been done, but he does it even more in depth. And he even shows match gameplays, like he plays live matches. Kind of finds himself playing a lot of Azulas. But if you want other characters, I definitely think there's other people to go to, like Nerd Josh and many others, even SSK, people like that. So I think that the correspondence to the game was really, really well done because they made it behind a kind of a paywall for this beta. I did not choose to play in the beta because other stuff going on, but I truly think for July 4th weekend, everybody's out of school. All the kids are out of school. Some people are on vacation. Some people are homecationing. And I think paying $30 for the game so that you could play in a closed beta that was pre-order only, it showcased because there was a lot of players. You weren't probably seeing yourself play the same people at all. So I thought it was really cool. I mean, most of the games pretty much unlocked from local play offline to online play to training room. The only things that's not really accessible is story mode. So I mean, just to kind of get it out of the way, it was a beta of a beta that was already done of the complete game, just not with all the characters. Zuko was nerfed a little bit, but people were saying he's still cracking people's heads. So it's like, I mean, it's just more time for people to flesh out the game, which is cool. And there's a lot of freeform to the game. So I feel like at some point, we got to just stop doing betas. Like, we just got to stop doing betas. But this is good. This is a healthy beta because it was to pre-order. So I think if you're doing it that way, it opens up the door for everyone to really invest in the game, especially because people have been watching a lot and playing a lot.
I have not. I didn't pre-order it. I kind of slacked. But I was also just like, I'm kind of intimidated by the game too. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot.
But, I'll still get it when it comes out. That might be the safer bet, especially since I'm entering a CEO. And
it's not expensive, so you don't
every
have to
time
season pass.
And then every time I look at it, it gets so much better. Yeah.
Even the graphics have been getting a little bit
That's
better.
what I'm saying. Like the movement, all of the above. Like, and then I don't know who to use because I have like favorites everywhere. But the fact that we already have like other DLC coming, I'm really happy about that. Like, I want to play as Uncle. I want to play as was it Ty Lee? Yeah.
Hopefully they do the best thing. Do not release the season pass in pieces. I really, really dislike that. I hope games I hope they take it like actual account for that. If you release season pass, don't do character per few months. Drop them all. Let us go ham. Let us go wild.
Another thing, and this is gonna sound kind of crazy, is like I don't want to like. Oh God, how do I say this? I would want to play my favorite character, but I feel like my favorite characters are like taken by other people, and I'm not taken, but like, oh, freaking Toph, man.
Play Toph. Play tough.
I don't know. But then I want to play Zuko, and then I want to play Uncle.
Play Zuko.
Like, I know
Play 'em
it's
all.
not saying. I know, but it's not like, somebody's like, oh, gatekeeping the characters. That's fine. I can live with that. It's just like, and I don't care if people are like, oh, you're picking Guile, you're lame, I don't like you. And I'm like, oh, what? Get over it. It's not like that. It's more like, oh, but Azula's cool too, man.
Dude, everybody, that's the good thing.
And I don't know, maybe it's just that I haven't done research enough to see if there is enough expression, because obviously there is with the different variations. But you also want to play the more competitive, the most competitive, version of the character that'll make the most sense.
I gotta be honest.
What's that?
A lot of people are playing different things, and they all work. I mean, look at Qatar. Qatar gets played in 3 different ways, and she's just strong in each way. Whether it's the cancel, whether it's the other flow stance, that's more movement. She has a lot of cool stuff. I think it comes down to what you really like and connects with you in this game.
I haven't
gives
seen
you the
enough
most freedom, which is most.
Yeah, like for instance, I haven't seen even like a lot of Aang play. Like people were just hauling over.
Okay. Let me tell you, Aang's really hard. I think he's next to Toph. I think he's one of the harder characters. Really hard.
He has all 4 elements. Can you believe it? No, I can't really, man. No, I'm kidding.
No, he only has one. He only has one.
What?
Okay. Like he's not like Korra. Korra is literally full on playing with every ability. But I definitely think, I think people moved away from her because she's really easy and you kind of understand how to play her. But Aang is probably the hardest character to play in this game right now. I think that people realize that and they're like, we'll wait for him to come out, because he is difficult. He has a lot of options. He has a lot of movement options. He has a lot of moves. And I think that's where people are like, okay, let me play the character that's like a little bit easier. Like Azula has just frames, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. So, I mean, it's going to be hard in combat, but,
And then I say all that, but then I'm like, but Sokka's like my favorite character. But then it's like Sokka's like really degenerate. He's like the Lil Wayne of the game right now.
Dude, he is
the way I'm seeing it, like
people's health bars.
Yeah, because he's like, he has infinites, right? Is that
he doesn't have infinites,
is it just a long combo?
No, it's a long ass combo. And when he teams up with his girl
Suki,
oh my god, he goes ham, hits harder.
Was it a run stop? Sort of like a Fuerte thing? Is that what's happening in those combos?
I actually don't know, because I haven't studied enough about Sokka, but from what I know, it seems pretty easy to just hit somebody with the uppercut and then do whatever uppercut.
All right. Well.
Something
GG's.
uppercut.
We'll get there.
You lost like 60% of your life for it. So,
yeah. I guess I have research and waiting to do. That's okay. Everybody's posting about how they have like 2 days without the game, and it's like, all right, calm down. Y'all are the same type of people that probably won't play the game after CEO. So anyway,
game's cool though.
Yeah. No. Or is it hot? Or is it ground? Or is it windy? I don't know. You tell me.
It's a little bit chilly.
Oh, okay, great. So the ice tribe, water tribe, whatever it is. All right, I'm just watching the footage you just told them all to watch, like the dive phone stuff.
Yeah,
fighting this Toph player. I think he's fighting devs, right?
He does fight
fighting
a few.
the best playtester of each Avatar Legends character. So it's got
it is a little insane though. It is a little insane, and I will say, like, he showcases like the game is hard. It's not easy. It's easy to understand some things, but it's very hard to confirm what you want. You have to play a lot of neutral. It is a very heavy neutral based game. Understanding the flow state is the hardest part of the game, because you don't know when you're supposed to flow. So you kind of have to figure that out either in training room or on the fly. And it's per character. Every character is going to make you flow differently. So it's really good that this game is a study game. It is a studious game, and if you can get past the studious part, I think you can find yourself having way more fun than you think. And I talk to a lot of people. Like one of my favorite people to talk to about different stuff that is a learner is not very good. She has gone from playing Invincible Versus to playing Avatar, and she's been just having a ton of fun, and she's learning new things. She's asking questions, and I think that's a big part of learning a game like this.
Okay. Well, let me think. We got time for one more story. That's Avatar, by the way. Avatar is done with all of their betas, but they'll be coming back The game drops, I believe, the end of the month, just before the end of the month, and just a week or a couple weeks before Tokon, which actually Tokon has their beta the same day it comes out. So look out for competition there. If you got content to drop, good luck. Let's go ahead and jump into EWC before we get into the next break here.
You sure? I feel like we could talk a lot about that.
EWC?
Yeah, because I mean, you got 15 minutes worth of Robo-Ky?
We got 3. Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
that's all right.
Let's just do
it's okay.
EWC.
No, we'll go to break. It's cool. And somebody get your glasses of water, because I know I'm gonna need it for this Robo-Ky talk. And then we'll get into EWC, and we'll close out with EWC. We'll start with Robo-Ky next. All right. Take a break. We'll be right back just shortly. And welcome back to all you Robo-Ky fans. We're gonna go do that first. Sorry about that. So Robo-Ky dropped. There was a trailer that happened while I was in pools on Saturday, right before Guilty Gear Strive happened at Evo. What happened is that Robo-Ky is a character. Obviously, is based on the character before that was just Kai. He was a clone of Kai. This time around, he's got 2 Bushido blades. However, you've seen the trailer, you know what he's all about. You've got the starter guide actually came out that same day or same weekend as Evo, so that was explaining all of the things and especially what is expected from the character. However, once you get your hands on the character, you sort of get to see what their kit is all about. And man, I gotta say, at first glance, he was pretty good. Cool. Dare I say? Especially, okay, coming from me, who I've played Guilty Gear from the very start of the games. However, I've also played Guilty Gear XX games, and then in XX Reload was where he made his first appearance, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that was where I first saw him and played as him. And in that game, he had the electric gauge, but that was also his meter gauge. So in that game, he had to sort of just be a rush down character and sort of continuously attack and have his gauge way up. But it also used some of his gauge, but he also had fast ways to make gauge come back up, especially the carpet that he would put up. He had different moves that he would laugh at you and taunt you, and then he would have a command grab, but so many different ways to gain electric charge, which was cool. In this game, again, he is more sort of along the lines of think of like a Jamie type, knock down, get the electric charge, do the certain move, get the electric charge. You can either go for Oki or go for a setup, and instead of going for the setup or Oki, you actually go for the charge instead, which is the carpet in this game. So with that being said, I'm not going to say that he's necessarily nerfed from the previous game. We already knew that from other previous games, that characters were definitely lesser of their kinds from other games. But again, this is just a different game and a different type of style that is going to be played. So I tweeted earlier today what I felt like some of his maybe pros and cons that I was noticing throughout. So Robo-Ky was a lot of fun. After a lot of observation, though, he's suffering from like DLC syndrome in the Guilty Gear Strive games. I would say that, for instance, Testament was a character who struggled as a DLC character. There were a lot of quality of life things that just weren't working well. Especially like full screen arbiter was just not a thing until like 2 patches later. Even Asuka was another character who struggled as a DLC character. Now he's a menace and it's really hard to fight him. Abba was kind of just busted all the time. She's still kind of nuts now. And I say busted, but then they also apparently have nerfed her to the ground. Like they said, she's in the back alley now. Who else is there? Elfelt was kind of underwhelming from the start. Slayer was just a problem all the time, and that's cool because then it's just like he's easy, I guess, to design. Who else was there that's DLC that was underwhelming? Jacko, kind of just an anomaly, I guess. And then
she was like a shell of herself.
Yeah. And then there's just Gold Lewis, who they just gave everything to, and I don't know why, but just
he got better over time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then people will say, "Oh, but he's got this and he's got that." I definitely think he still had that syndrome, because remember, if he would summon his bomb in the corner, the bomb would go off the screen. And it's like, dude, I just threw a level 3 bomb. Why is it not here and causing a meaty? So that's one buff that they definitely gave him that he needed, but it was also like the DLC syndrome that this game has. So yeah, I feel as though he's lacking, just like other DLCs were at the start of the game, at the start of their release. Even Bridget had seen an immense buff. So even though
Dizzy
it's fun
as well.
what I wrote down, it was on Dizzy.
Dizzy,
Oh my god,
Sin.
yes. Oh my god, yes. You played Dizzy, exactly. And Sin kind of Sin was kind of a problem though. Still, I feel like he's missing. I also feel like he's missing tools to go into charge. That doesn't always end with the scooter. So he has a scooter move that's I don't know how fast it is, but it covers the screen pretty fast, and it causes knockdown. But it's like a stumbling knockdown. The thing with that move is that if he gets the follow up, that's where he gets his, I guess, 30% of meter back from. And then so some of the pros that I wanted to talk about were like his 2HS is cancelable. So his 2HS causes, it's like the old crouch HS, which would be the rocket that he shoots upwards from his knee. It's really good because it can cancel from any height. So if you block it from a higher height, if it hits you very late, he can still cancel it out. So it causes a lot of fun juggles and even an instant overhead with the bicycle and et cetera, et cetera. His command grab is great. It does a ton of charge and it's pretty good damage, I would say. His jump S is a multi-hitting move, which is really cheap. You're blocking 6 moves or six hits, and then you have to, if you crouch once, you'll get hit. So and then you can also end it early by pushing H to land on the floor early. His full charge, at full charge, I feel like he becomes a real character, but not for long, because you're going to be using all of his tools, which most of his special moves use those charges, such as 2K 2D into the satellite is very good because apparently there's a frame trap. The satellite moves a quarter circle back heavy slash, and then or you can use a 2K 2D to confirm into scooter. It's great. Or you can just go into carpet and try to regain your carpet while you're fighting the character and building meter and yada yada yada. Some other pros are far-reaching 5D. It's really far. Like you've noticed, his 5D overhead is pretty far-reaching for a character. And then his charge 214 HS. That's the it's +6, so you can set up for a perfect a command grab, which is 6 frames, or you can just do a frame trap with close slash because that's a 7 frame, so you have 1 frame gap if they're mashing. And then if they're grabbing you, they also die. 2S, that's crouch S, is a double hitting move, so it's really easy to confirm. Now, one last thing, scooter is fast, again, but negative, but careful on the wall break, because you don't want to get a charge if you only hit the first hit, and you must connect the second hit, but if at any level 3, you don't get charged. But here's what we're all here for, Mezza. Mezza, I do believe that you think this character stinks.
Yeah, I don't think he's good.
Okay, got
like
it.
I tell people I base my character decision making off of normals and game plan. So his neutral I feel like is a little lackluster compared to the rest of the cast. I know people will say like he has pretty good neutral, but I think it's kind of trash considering the fact that his buttons are good, but he's kind of slow, and I feel like his mix-up options are kind of like death by 1,000 cuts, and it's not really the way I would want to play the game, considering there are actual rushdown characters that do better stuff than him. And I know people are like, oh, but Robo-Ky is really good right now. He's like high tier. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm seeing that, considering he has a pretty good projectile. To get his electric is pretty easy, but the biggest problem I have is the character's combos are really short unless you have level 3 electric, and it's like, if I'm playing something like Milia, I'm not gonna let you do that for free. If I'm playing Soul, you're, God forbid, you're getting that Kai. Yeah, what neutral do you have? And it's like, there's just better characters,
right? And it doesn't become a 2-touch game or 3-touch game with him. It's more like, all right, how much longer do I have to get to here? Like maybe by the 2nd touch you can maybe get to super, but do you want to just RC? Maybe you're not in the corner, maybe you are. But like the problems is like the scooter barely does any damage. some of his moves just don't do enough damage. Like he has good range and all, and maybe some whiff punishing tools like his 5 HS, which is a very far-reaching just a far-reaching S move. But the con for me was like Carpet only provides 30%, not getting much for going for Carpet over Oki. 236S, which is his rocket, and let's say you're somebody, you shoot the rocket out and then you already threw out another projectile. Like it eats some projectiles, but the other problem is that if he gets hit before they land, they all disappear. So fighting another Robo-Ky was really frustrating because you shoot a missile and then they shoot a missile already and you land in it and your missile is not going to trade with them. Another thing I don't like about the missile is the jumping missile is not really good to do, and because it will try to home in on them, but it will almost like start homing and move its trajectory after they've left, after they've left that spot. So it's mostly going to miss. And then once you already thrown a missile, you're down a couple of charges as well. His supers kind of stink. They almost must kill or must wall break. They have to. So the explosion one, we still haven't found a good use for it because it uses all his gauge. Like it gives you level 3 gauge for the entire time that you have the gauge up, but it's just gonna keep depleting, and by the time it's done it'll blow up, which does call a wall break, but there's no real damage used to it either. Again, you can, if you have better tips for me to use, please let me know because I am searching. But again, also with the punch one, you can end early. It uses all of the charge in order to bring them all the way to the corner, or at least try, but you can end it early by pushing HS. I am in the opinion that there are not enough charge options. Go ahead, you were saying.
I was just going to say, I just feel like this character, when I say he's lackluster, I look for things that make a character super strong. And when I see that there's like his 2D is supposed to be really good, but from what I heard from it being pretty negative to being somewhat solid negative, it's just like there's characters like Happy Chaos that exist. There's Leo, Potemkin. There's like so many characters who do a lot of damage. There's, even watching Testament, I'm pretty sure Johnny, like there's so many characters that outplay him that even if we gave the best player, like right now, Jack is one of the best players in the world, I still think he's going to struggle. Why play this character outside of liking him and learning him and understanding him? I don't see the benefit when there are stronger characters that have better movement options. I think the only thing that he really has going for him is the little horsey that he does, where he like brings him into the air. And I think I kind of understand now after sleeping on it, because we did get to Parsec play him, because I'm never buying that character. I do not like Robo-Ky. I never have liked him, because it's like if I'm playing Robo-Ky, I just might as well play Kai because I like Kai. So my thing would be his self-destruct when you have level 3 in max meter. I think that's where he shines. But it's also kind of like one of those things, you're playing with fire. And if someone's good at blocking, command grab kind of really doesn't make him explode off of it that well. It's still low damage. You're hurting yourself. There's just not really You're using meter.
You're wasting time using the command grab because it takes time away. True. So it's like you have all these other special moves you could have used.
I do think his air mobility is pretty good.
Yes.
Like, I'm not writing this character off as like dog water, but I would say people who are putting him at the high tier, I think he's a mid-tier character, and that's perfectly fine. Mid-tier characters can win, but do I think that like he's gonna dominate? No, he's not like Happy Chaos when Happy Chaos arrived. Happy Chaos arrived, and everybody's like, this character's broken, and that character still exists in the game. He still can play the game, maybe not as highly broken effective, but he's still there.
My biggest gripe, this has been my last point. My biggest gripe with the character is when you grab bait or even go for a counter hit with the 6, I want to say forward HS, that hammer move, it definitely jumps back to punish grabs. At least that's what I think it's for. It might not be, I don't know. It could be for anything else. But again, the problem is the button is cancelable. It's cancelable into special moves. So special move, aka that'd be the missile, which if you have no charge, it will combo right into it and it will land right on them because the missile's not going anywhere. But it also combos into the horsey ride, whatever that move is called, the helicopter. Thing is, if you're doing helicopter raw and with no charge, you're not getting up to that player in time after that counter hit. Like maybe you can land in something and just put up a carpet instead. But you have to be sort of conscientious of like, oh man, we'll have enough to get there. So if you're in level 2, you can get there just barely and do some stand slash and whatever. Now I haven't tried what I was seeing LK almost try to do. And what he was doing was air slash and then landing with heavy. Maybe I can land with the close slash. But then in level 3, you're able to get there in time. Now the problem that I have with this is that when I play Eno, I'm able to find a combo that will help me wall break whenever I'm baiting a grab or just meeting with 6 HS and getting some sort of super counter hit, right? This character, I'm not able to sort of get to the wall with and actually break the wall when I get those counter hits. So it looks like I have to be more conscious of getting that energy, which yes, I do want to do the scooter and get the energy and get the knockdown and get the this and get that. I mean, in the corner, he's definitely a menace, but then how long do you have the corner for in this game that doesn't allow you to have the corner very long? You know what I'm saying? So
depending who you are, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Tell me about it. But again, once you get that positive bonus, of course, the game is in your momentum. But again, if you're using too much charge, you kind of find yourself against players that are maybe like fighting for their life. You kind of find yourself struggling against those players as well. When I say fighting for their life, like having no health against a person, having a lot of health versus somebody who's like has no health, and you're like, all right, I'm trying to find a hit, and I can't find a hit, even if I 6P. My 6P got duffed yesterday, but I don't even remember which character. So like, it's not the best of 6Ps.
I definitely think he struggles with zoners from what I saw.
Yes.
Like zoners just keep him out, and if they have good pressure too, it's kind of it seems like an uphill battle, and I'm sure people are still learning it. They'll figure it out. But I know it sounds like we're kind of shitting on this character, and we rightfully are.
I gave him my pros.
No, I even said some good positives about him, but like it just comes down to it. Like I don't want people to think that like you shouldn't play Robo-Ky. Yes, go play Robo-Ky if you like him. He's cool. He is actually cool. He is a unique character. I think he's for specialists, and that's who will probably play him in the long run, unless there's something that they find that's super broken that just makes this character unbearably hard to fight. But I just don't see it. And then, like I said, I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. You guys are going to hear LK. You're going to hear some other people say stuff like, hey, this character's really good, but it's going to take time to figure him out. And as much as I normally would agree with some stuff on LK, this one I don't agree, only just due to the fact that I've been taught to like play a character that is really powerful and understand. And I'm looking at it from a competitive standpoint. I don't know if this character is competitively high tier sound or even top 5-ish, but I think time will tell as we watch more tournaments, see who plays them, see who picks them up. Obviously, top players are going to make him work more, but I just think with characters like Nagaryuki, who do big damage, other characters like Leo, who still exist in the game, that keep getting buffed. I think these characters are going to put a halt to this type of character, and that might be where we need to see how they adjust their play to it. Like I said, it's just my opinion, but at the end of the day, and everybody else has it, but I know they play the game more, and I want to see what their thought process is for this character that I'm seeing as not as vitally strong in a game where there are clearly deficits on who's strong.
Yeah, so it makes me kind of look forward to the next. No, I'm sorry, it does not make me look forward to the next DLC, which is actually has been confirmed this weekend that it is another guest character that we will be getting. So I'm kind of not looking forward to it because, again, I just talked to you about DLC. Oh, by the way, Lucy kind of sucked.
She sucked and then she got buffed.
Yeah,
she got
so
buffed,
like,
but
I'm kind of looking. And I think they did a great job with Jam.
Unica.
I think Jam is great.
Unica.
Oh, yeah, Unica I think is great.
She sucked when she came out.
She did.
She got buffed to hell. Yeah. Oh yeah. She was not great. A lot of people had problems with her, but she got buffed to hell from what I heard, and that's why she was in Arc Revo top 8.
I haven't seen what happened with Jam, but I feel like Jam was very good. Oh, okay. I feel like Jam was very good at her DLC. So yeah, we'll see what's coming. Again, a guest character that could be from anything because Cyberpunk came out of nowhere. I wouldn't happen to know who.
Next best anime, Firen. Just add a Firen character. I mean, most people who don't know it will now know it. Hell, put a Vinland Saga character in there. I don't know, man. They're just pulling from thin air whoever they want, and they can't use Baki, so that's already been used. I mean, yeah, they can't use.
As much as I love Final Fantasy 7, please don't use Final Fantasy. I mean, they can use Granblue.
I don't think they can.
They can use BlazBlue.
But why? They're gonna go obscure. That's my personal opinion. They're gonna go obscure.
You think they'll go Verso? That'd be cool. Shut up. You want it? Mael?
Mael? Yeah. I'll come back to Guilty here. Put Mael on the game. Watch me play the game. Different stances. That would be sick. Different stances, and she has a parry, and she also had. Oh, they were like,
yo, that game was kind of sick. Can we get some rights to that game?
Shrug. You guys aren't making anything
for
else
those who come after.
Yeah. That would be sick, and then her whole squad comes out, and then they slowly get shot off and die. Okay, sorry, spoiler.
Then you could put like the whole freaking like all the music in the game into the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if it's just
first off,
I'm done. We're not.
I don't want to ramble. We're gonna get into EWC, but I will say, if we were to get any of those characters, put it in Tekken. I'll come play Tekken, bro. Tekken would be perfect because of the music. The music is fire.
Yeah, well, you already have Clive, so that's fine, and they're voiced by the same guy, so yeah, you can't have Clive and Verso in the same game.
Get rid of Yujiro. Just put Mael on the game. We'll be good.
Yeah. What's the thing she says? I don't know. Please survive or parry it. There you go. Parry it.
Yeah, no, nobody's doing any of that.
Yeah. All right. So back at it again. Yeah, Guilty Gear. If you get Expedition 33 characters, hilarious. Okay. Right.
We call it.
Yeah, we did call it if it's there. Remember that episode Evo moment 437. So Mezza, the last thing we got to talk about real quick, which is actually happening starting tomorrow, because it's going to be happening over the next 3 days. I believe it's 3 days. Yes, July 10th. July 8th, 9th, and 10th will be EWC in Paris for Fatal Fury. I guess we don't have to go over every match, but like it's been decided as of the LCQ that happened this past weekend. But the schedule looks like it will start at 7 a.m. my time. So if you go to the EWC website, you can actually see the countdown, and I guess it's already scheduled to whatever time zone you are currently in. We'll be starting with Basher, Score, Punko and Neku, Lancer and Fenrich, and then a couple of other matches then. So they have their brackets they got to sort of fill out and stuff. But it looks like the only two players that are from the US are they have to play each other on Thursday at 10:35 a.m. my time. It's NY Chris G and Reynolds, and they play like all the time. So I don't know how.
I mean, that's like
is.
the only person you can train with.
Right. I don't know how random it was or it wasn't, but at least he has a couple days to go ahead and do that. But we got some other couple of names in here that I've seen before. There's let's see, Goichi, of course, and Lagia. Let's see, Dark Angel, Daniel Maza, Nemo, Xiaohai, Shadow X. These guys have already won a couple of things. Like Xiaohai qualified from Evo Japan. Goichi was the EWC title defender from last year. Chris G also Evo Japan. Some people from Brussels, some people from Atlanta, like Fenrich. RB is huge. I mean, goodness gracious. All these names, MOK, or is it Mok? Valbao, Kendevu, Neku, all these players, even I know I'm missing one because one of he's
Did you say
the guy
Lagia?
that did the face. I think so. I did.
Lagia was the SNK World Champ, so
Yeah, my goodness. Jeez, dude. But like there was one guy who's in here. Koji Coach. Oh my gosh, the face, the guy with the face. You know? Whose face was all over Vegas this weekend or last weekend.
Koji Cog.
Yeah, Coach did I say it wrong? I said it wrong, dude.
Yeah, that's how we say it, Koji
Yeah.
Cog.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, jeez,
Here's
this
my
is stacked, man. Go
What-
ahead.
I will say I agree it is stacked, but let's look at it let's take a step back. Stop looking at the players. Let's look at the teams, because if you guys haven't watched, I've been watching the season 2 for EWC on Prime. Definitely check it out. Really cool, interesting way they documented it. It's different when you look at it from that perspective. Before we even get into the LCQ, because I gotta be honest, the crazy part to me that throws everything into a storm is Falcons. They have 5 players. 5 players. Vitality has 3. And if you truthfully think about this, this is probably the one time I'd probably say, yo, we're kind of
5
getting
or
to that
4?
path where they have 5.
Okay.
Pretty sure I counted 5.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I think it's 4.
4?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. They have 4. No, they have 5 because Shadow
I'm
is
down
in the
at
last
participating players. Shadow
Yeah,
X,
1,
Xiaohai,
2, 3,
MOK, and Kindevu.
4, 5. Xiaohai, Kindevu. No, you're missing one. So Xiaohai, Kindevu, Moke, Abu Damar,
Oh, then I didn't have.
and then Shadow X. Yeah. So my thing is, it's not a battle. At this point, it's kind of like not a battle of just the players anymore. It is very, very much a battle of the teams. And this is kind of like interesting because we know that Vitality last year were in contention for top 3. We also know that Falcons, they buy everybody. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very, very vital because a lot of these teams, there's a lot of team kills. And I think Vitality has probably the cleanest path to not destroy each other. I don't know. I really don't know. I think this is going to be very interesting from a team aspect, which I love the team aspect of it. I just want to know what the process is for picking up these players, because this is a very, very Falcons stacked tournament, I will say.
I mean,
And I just
see,
fear for that.
I forgot to mention Score was in there, but I see you know who Score lost the round 2 once, right?
Yeah.
That's me. I took a score.
Aha!
I took a round from him once. Yeah.
Or score.
Yeah.
And look,
Womp
here's
womp.
the
But
thing.
hey, he's in
Let's-
there.
let's-
That's on him.
Let's
Yeah.
not forget, there is still LCQs. LCQs are right around the.
No.
They're going to be the day
No,
before.
they already
Oh,
finished.
this
They already
tomorrow?
finished. They already
Oh, they
finished.
already finished. Okay.
Yeah, those. If you go to
So-
participating players in this page, you'll see on the second page there's the LCQs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Abao, Gummy, Shao Kai, and Pita.
Wait, so there was only that many?
There was 32 entrants. I guess it was only 4 EWC LCQ spots to claim.
That's very interesting considering they have a lot of spots still open. Weirdly, I guess that's supposed to be like who qualified. Sure, I guess that was very weird the way they did it in my eyes. I guess because I'm looking at the lower bracket. That's probably what's throwing me off. And they just have these people don't have sponsors. That's why. So
Right.
that's what's also very interesting. Are these players going to get picked up by sponsors? Because if one of them was to win, those points go to nobody.
Right.
Those points go to nobody. So
No. Somebody pick him up quick.
I think we'll see something.
Mezza, pick him up. All right. So again, this year it's happening
okay.
in Paris. This will be starting again tomorrow for my time tomorrow at 7 a.m. So I'll be watching that a little bit. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that will be starting with I believe the match on the 7th with Basher versus Score. Again, Punko versus Neku, Lancer and Fenrich, and Goichi and Bao. Yeah. And then of course another set of matches. But it looks like these are again happening throughout a couple days. So yeah, get your thinking caps on or just set your DVRs, your YouTube premiums over to that and check those matches out if you feel like it, which I'll be doing too. So I think we have hit our stride. We've hit the end of the rope.
Yes, sir. I think we are there. Guys, with that being said, that is going to be the end of Double Tap episode 437. If you would like to, make sure you guys, hit that follow button. Definitely go join us in Discord if you would like. First off, doubletap.gg/Discord. If you want to really get the talks, the nitty gritty with us, you want to really get down in the slums and talk about who you think might win EWC. I do know we did not go over the polls, but when Dre gets back next week, guys, we're going to talk about the polls that he put up, and we're going to actually follow up on those and get your best interests of what you guys think about those things. Make sure you also, if you want to see the live video, go to the YouTube. Hit the YouTube /@DoubleTapFGC, where you could see us live doing what we do. Not live, but like see the live reactions of the way we're talking and doing things. But of course, we're also on other platforms such as Spotify, Bluesky, you name it, we're probably there. Go to your Apple store, check us out there too. But if you just want to communicate with us a little bit less, you want to just see what we're posting, you want to see, us doing some retweeting, make sure you check us out on twitter.com. Of course, Double Tap FGC there too. But you guys can follow StaticGorilla on all his platforms. What would those be, sir?
I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, and Instagram. Not very active on the gaming account, but you know the deal. What we'll be playing is Ratio Marvel this week on Friday, and more Chrono Trigger coming back to you soon. We're already on our second, what's it called? I don't want to say second playthrough because this is not a playthrough. I'm just in my first playthrough, but I just finished my second session of the game. So I'm about 2 to 3 hours in. Mezza, you were there. You were watching me get bodied by some dragon robot. But that was cool.
Yes, the dragon robot.
Yes.
On the bridge.
And
of course, you guys can follow me, whether it be on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Mezza FGC. Of course, I'm going to be streaming a lot of Grand Blue Relink Endless Ragnarok. So if you want to jump in, like I said, you guys can play some lobbies with me. We could do some runs. I'm totally fine with that. But I'm also going to be streaming, of course, Grand Blue as well, just regular Grand Blue versus Rising. So if you want to play those games too, I'll be on that. Of course, waiting room till Tokon, maybe a little bit of Avatar. So. But with that being said, guys, don't forget, I know Crashtag isn't here, but you can also follow him as well on that Twitter. Usually he's the man behind the Double Tap FGC Twitter. But if you ever want to respond to get a quick response from him, hit that Discord. You'll definitely get a response. But guys, thanks for watching another week of greatness. Oh my God. But guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Take care.